What's wrong with him? Can't say for sure. Looks bad. Whatever they did to him, it has him in some state of comatose. Wait, does that mean we won't have a deck list until he gets better? No, those will be fine. I left us some notes. However, we'll get no intros until he gets better. Wait, but how long is that gonna be? Impossible to say. A few days? A month? Maybe a year? Or just 15 days exactly from now so that he can get through all the viewer requests he's been piling up.
What's up, planeswalkers? How you doing? And welcome back to the Moot viewer request 2-week longish thing, where I'll be making a list for the commanders you've asked for. For today's request, we have Dihada, Binder of Wills. This MARDU planeswalker is one of the few commander planeswalkers that's actually playable. So Dihada's ability is +2. Up to one target creature gains Vigilance, Lifelink, and Indestructible until your next turn. -3. Reveal the top 4 cards of a library, put any number of legendary cards from among them into your hand, and the rest in your graveyard. Create a treasure token for each card put in your graveyard this way. -11. There is no ultimate. Let me be the first one to tell you that. Just forget about it. So after giving the card a quick read, it appears we have a legendary focused commander and a powerful one at that. Now before I go into too much detail, I asked you, the viewer, what budget you want the request to be in range of. And the answer was $50 to $100, so today's deck, as of this recording, is sitting around $92. While this deck isn't CDH level, it's certainly on a higher power side. The strategy for today is twofold. On one side, we are a fast-paced beatdown deck that can make our best creature indestructible, and on the other side, we're a combo deck. Remember, if you have a commander you want featured in a video like this, leave a comment or join our channel Discord. Starting off our creatures, we have Skrelv, Defector Might, a cheap legendary, and a almost Mother of Runes that gives good protection. And Offensa, Kintree Spirit will bolster whenever we play a non-token creature, and getting big creatures is important when our commander can give them lifelink, among other keywords. Also, for the sake of our commander's downtick, our deck features only legendary creatures. I'm just going to cover that now. Elias Ilkor, Sadistic Pilgrim, which might seem like a weird include, as this is an aristocrat card. However, we need this card for a table kill with one of our combos, and lucky for us, this aristocrat is legendary. Kalain, Reclusive Painter, to give us a way to make bigger creatures with the help of the treasures we make, and this deck does have a somewhat treasure theme to it. Lotho, Corrupt Sheriff, is a simple way for us to generate a lot of treasures, and it's cheap enough that we can play it early. Mary Eskai of Rohan is a great early creature that can gain us some cards while staying in the legendary theme. Boromir, Warden of the Tower, which is a piece of the combo we were talking about earlier. We're mainly playing this for that combo, however it does offer good board protection on its own. Captain Lanayru Storm for even more treasures. Drana, Liberator of Malkir, which is a great target for our commander's uptick because Vigilance is great on this card. The main reason we're playing this card is for its ability to grow our board when we attack. Gloin, Dwarf Emissary, which makes us extra treasures, only 1 per turn, but that's not bad for 3 mana. Where this card really shines is its second ability, which lets us sack a treasure to goad target creature. Krinko, Tin Street Kingpin, is a powerful army in a can. If you can give him indestructible, you can swing with him freely, giving you that army without any risk. Lorn of the Third Path rarely disappoints as it takes out problem artifacts or enchantments and sticks around for you to make deals and draw extra cards. Moira Orborg Hunt is in our deck for our commander's downtick, as we can use it to return all the legendaries we discarded, if they're creatures, back onto the battlefield, which is great because we get the treasures and the creatures. The Peregrine Dynamo, which can't copy our commander's ability, but thankfully almost all of our creatures have abilities for this to copy. Atomic Wielder of the Law gives us some added value because when your commander is a planeswalker, people will always try to remove it and swarm it. With Atomic, we can at least get some cards out of it for the trouble. Kadric, Soulkindler, lets us copy all of our legendary creatures and gives the tokens haste, and don't worry about the legend rule because this card stops that as well. Eowyn, Fearless Knight, is a great way to get a huge strike on a player, as we can remove a big creature they control and then give protection to our board from the color that creature was. Gonti, Lord of Luxury, mainly because this card is a lot of fun, and I have yet to meet a player that does not like stealing cards. Audric, Luminarch Marshal, to make our commander's uptick work for our entire board, plus a lot of our creatures have extra keywords that they'll be handing and sharing out to our entire board. This card is very good, and I would be careful when you play it because it usually is the lightning rod for removal. Queen Marchesa, so we can add the Monarch to the game, which is always fun, and we can get some 1/1 assassins if someone manages to take it from us. Radarabic of Orborg is the missing piece to our combo. Outside of this combo though, this card gives all our legendary creatures the ability to make a copy of itself on death, except it's a 2/2 zombie. If you're curious about the combo, don't worry, it is the combo that I'll be covering at the end of the video. Shanded Sleeper Scourge gives all our creatures menace, and we even get to draw cards when we play legendary lands and spells. Jashar, Ancestor's Apostle, is some repeatable recursion for our smaller creatures, which there are about 15. Arvad the Cursed is a lord for our legendary creatures. Carmen, Cruel Sky Marcher, grows whenever a player sacrifices a permanent, and whenever they attack, we get to return target permanent card with mana value less than or equal to Carmen's power from our graveyard to the battlefield. Urbrass the Hidden, so we can tap down all our opponent's creatures for easy attacks, and our creatures will have haste. Atali Primal Storm for extra cards, but honestly, this is mainly 6 mana, get a removal spell from your opponent's hand, but if the table doesn't have the removal, this card can quickly put you miles ahead of everyone else with a little bit of luck. Godo, Bennett Warlord, because of course we have to have a backup combo, otherwise this card hands out extra combats and lets us search for an equipment card. Bladewing, Deathless Tyrant, which can build us an army, and with help from our commander, we can keep a stocked graveyard easily. Now, for the spells, we have Faithless Looting to throw away the bad stuff and draw some fresh cards. Swords to Plowshares is a cheap and effective removal spell. Demand Answers lets us sack an artifact or discard a card to draw 2 fresh ones. I'm really big on this card since it's still playable when you are hellbent and you're top decking. Disbark is more exile removal. Generous Gift can hit any permanent and destroy it, and a 3/3 Elephant is a non-issue for us. Mortify to hit creatures or enchantments. Search for Glory to find almost anything in our deck, even a few spells. Savine's Reclamation to bring back more stuff. Vindicate because more removal means less problems. Isildur's Fateful Strike, which is legendary and can hit players' hands, which is a nice bonus. Lich Knight's Conquest allows us to sack our artifacts, like treasures, to return a bunch of our creatures we discarded with our commander. Urza's Ruinous Blast, since we play a lot of legendaries, this card will miss most of our board. Yawgmoth's Vile Offering to destroy a creature or planeswalker, and then steal a creature or planeswalker out of anyone's graveyard. Primeval's Glorious Rebirth to return almost anything we have in our graveyard. This card is expensive, but hopefully it means that when you're casting it, you're further in the game and you've had time to stock that graveyard with your commander. For the artifacts and enchantments, I'll start with the ramp. First, we have Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Boros Signet, Fel Warstone, Orzhov Signet, Rakdos Signet, Chromatic Lantern, Honor Worn Shaku, which you can untap a bunch to make a lot of mana, Relic of Legend, which is a better Shaku as it makes colored mana instead, and we tap the legendary. For everything else, we have Deification, which can permanently protect our commander by giving it hexproof, and if we have a creature, it can have all of its loyalty counters removed. Luxor, Galadriel's Gift to let our commander join the party and start beating people down. Flowering of the White Tree is an anthem, and it protects all of our creatures. Black Blade Reforge usually makes a creature a lethal threat, plus, since everything is legendary, its equip cost is always going to be 3. Rising of the Day to give haste and a power boost to all of our creatures. Swiftfoot Boots to protect our creatures. Day of Destiny is another anthem for our creatures. Helm of the Host for the combo with Godo, and also getting Luxor on Dihada and then equipping Helm to her gives you bonus cool points. One Ring to rule them all because it is a one-sided board wipe on its second tick for us. And lastly, we have Hero's Podium, which should make all of our creatures huge. It just depends on how many you have, and its searchability is unlikely to miss. For the Metabase, follow your heart, but if you want to copy a Metabase that's in budget, then feel free to copy the Metabase found in the deck list in the description of this video. My land recommendation for this build is Grey Haven, since it's legendary, meaning our commander can grab it with her down tick. If you want to go outside the budget, then Plaza of Heroes is one of the best lands you can play in this deck. For the combo section, I'll be explaining the Radarabic and Boromir combo. For the combo, we need Radarabic of Orborg, Boromir, Warden of the Tower, and Elias Ilkor, Sadistic Pilgrim. All of these cards should be on the battlefield. To start, we activate Boromir by sacrificing it. When Boromir dies, Radarabic triggers, creating a non-legendary token copy of Boromir that is a 2/2 zombie. Then we resolve the Boromir ability from step 1, causing the ring to tempt you, and for the Boromir token to become the Ring Bearer, thus making it legendary. Repeat this process while Elias drains the table each time we sack the new Boromir copy for a table kill. That's going to be all for today's video, and I do hope you enjoyed the budget-friendly deck. Let me know how I did, or tell me about your favorite Mardu legend in the comments below. Subscribe to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.